Anyways, Chad, welcome to the first impression segment, which might go and become its own YouTube video going forward. Because people have been asking me to make the first impressions into YouTube videos, so I'm probably just gonna clip them. I've heard a lot of good things about this level. I have actually not seen much of it yet. Like, I've only seen the thumbnail from the Viper video, and that's about it. So let's get right into it, shall we? Let's put the headphones recommended. I should probably play.
I have seen this level, so I'm going to maybe talk later and let you have your impressions.
Should we get the wait, chat? Should we get the Nong or should we play with the remix? Is the cover good? Is the ST Cubic cover good? What's my daily calorie intake?
Sure.
At least 2, as much as there is in a whole loaf of bread. I would like to say, not like I eat a whole loaf of bread in a day, but I would say about that.
Just like an equivalent.
Yeah.
Someone who eats an entire loaf of bread would be eating the same amount of food as you.
Exactly.
But it would be different food.
Exactly.
It would be very different food.
Well, not very different. I would like to say, mildly different.
It would be absolutely not be a whole loaf of bread. Is what I'm hearing.
It would be like most of a loaf of bread, to be fair.
Okay, and then.
Okay. Well,
Something
some other stuff.
bread?
Yeah, like yummy stuff.
Do you consider bread yummy?
I do. I like bread.
Okay, I see.
Okay, chat. We have the song file. Hopefully, we don't get the stream turned off. I feel like there's another Sweep Trip song that was used in GD.
There's like a Winter level with VOD.
Oh yeah, that's the one. I really like that song.
It is a good song. I love BDC. It's one of my favorite albums.
I like the usage of the very traditional indicators for actual indicators. It is a bit laggy. Also, is that wall? No, that's, oh my god, that's Sector House. A bit laggy, unfortunately, but it is still very enjoyable. Oh my god. Oh, okay, that kills you. Got it. Okay, I see. Don't know how to feel about that gameplay decision, because your brain is not focused on the foreground elements, and they don't look like they're in the same plane. But okay, I can definitely see the djudjeito, the djudjeito parts. And I don't mean like specifically like which parts they made, but mostly like the influence that they had on this level and the direction. It definitely also shows that like Wyatt had their own like vision too, or not their own vision, but like their own apport to the level. Like, it's very apparent to me that both people worked equally on this level, is what I mean. Like, you can see both of their own unique takes into different aspects of this level, but it doesn't clash with each other. I think that they blend together really, really well. Also, I will say, very good use of gradients and glow for environmental lighting. It is very, very good. Oops, sorry. It's very, very nice. I think a lot of levels, like, sometimes use glow as a crutch to hide a lot of the flaws in their designs, but this one really doesn't need the glow. It just uses it as a complement to really, like, make it shine. Quite literally. It very much feels like an extra addition that, like if you remove the glow, it definitely would you would definitely notice it. Like, it is definitely a very important part of the level, but it doesn't hold like the level, you know? Like, it doesn't carry the whole level. I think the level could still be very good without it. For a lot of people, the art style is either gonna be something that you absolutely adore or something that you absolutely hate. And the fact that the art style is so out there in terms of its like uniqueness, like, it's not an art style you see very often in GD. Like, I think it's very rare that you see an art style like this. I think Skywalker kind of has, and well, used to. I don't know if Skywalker still makes levels, but they used to have an art style kind of similar to this. And like djudjeito over time, you've seen it with their past levels. They kind of explore more. And of course, there's other creators out there that also kind of have been exploring this style. But it's kind of become to the point that it has carved its own niche. And like, whether you love or hate this, it will very much dictate how you feel about, like, it's the style. The art style will very much dictate how you feel about the level. Because it's very inconsistent at times, which can be an appeal, you know? Like, right here, the art style is incredibly different. Even though it has elements that are very similar, like the statues in the foreground or the plant in the pots, you know, still kind of similar. But
I think here, yeah, the level definitely plays off the contrast.
Yeah, it clashes with
And
each other.
the juxtaposition.
But in a good way.
I should say.
Yeah. It's complementary instead of you know, like they're not one, like the art styles are not competing in each other to see which one is best. They're just kind of both working off of each other and being like, hey, I'm doing this, you're doing that, but like let's do it in a way that works well when we put them both together. And I think that's actually really cool. You could also kind of see that with Echo Delta. That's another level that mixes multiple styles pretty well together, I think. Mostly sort of Punch and Defi, I think both of them together, their style is really, like, you can tell which one is which, but they merge really well together when put into context. I do wish that, because the vision is very strong and the direction is very, very good, and it's very clear like what they're trying to do. But I think that the uniqueness of the art style starts losing a little bit of its impact the more that it gets used. Obviously not for everybody, but for me personally, like this city right here, I cannot look at the city background without thinking of a city background that is pretty similar in terms of like ideas, maybe not in composition and actual details, but in terms of ideas to that one in Out of Place. Same thing with like the clouds here, for example, like very similar cloud texture used as in Out of Place. I haven't talked too much about the gameplay, though I'm not a super big fan of like some of the gameplay decisions. I think it's mostly very good, but I don't like how obstructive it gets at times. It has very odd composition in some parts that makes it so that it's really hard to actually see like what you're supposed to be doing. See, like here, for example, like I don't even know like what is happening here because there's no point during this entire section that this is visible. So I don't love that. It doesn't like ruin the level, but I do think it could have been improved if the composition worked a little bit better with the gameplay. This was really fun though. I do think that again, if it wasn't for some of the obstructing elements in the foreground, I think I would like the gameplay a lot more. But in terms of visuals, it's super nice. Definitely lacking a little bit in cohesion compared to like Out of Place. And that is saying a lot, but it's still very, very good. Does this level have LDM? Because I might need to go get the LDM. It is lagging a little bit too much. I will say, chat, this has a very good LDM. Like, you can barely notice it. But it, like, does help a lot with the lag. Ooh, almost like that. I love hitboxes not being accurate.
I like this approach to LDM, where it doesn't like break visually. There's just less stuff. Honestly, it doesn't like mess with the composition that much.
Yeah. Logging in chat. No, I don't. No. Ah, it's so sad. 91. I will say if there was something that I would change about the LDM is that I would actually just like chill a little bit on some of the glow / gradients, and then the shaders. I think that would help performance quite a lot. I don't know if this is an easy demon chat. That is the I am more in between medium demon in terms of the gameplay. But I don't know if it's because it's lagging so much that it's making it harder for me to read it, or if it's actually just that hard. That part is always very confusing. You always see me doing a different thing there because I still don't understand the proper way to time that jump. Whee! There we go. Yippee! This level was really fun. This level was super fun. I really like this level. Had to use the LDM, but you know, it's okay.
Hell yeah, GG.
Damn, overall super nice level. Definitely adding it to my favorites of 2025. I really like it. I can very much see why I got the legendary. Very, very cool level, very unique level. I really like the vibes of it. Love the song. Absolutely an amazing song.